Pagama nyoto pagama. Pagama asapo pagama. Pagama tegema pagama. Siyayithanda leli lethu. Phakathi kwenu maqabane mongameli nobabili ndibulisile kanjalo. Ndibulise ke no-president we-ATM umfokazi Lula. Nonke ke maqabane sendibulisile. I promise I won't be more than 5 minutes. Ngokumessage wami usimple. But ndifuna ukwenza introduction so that I speak to it later. We are confronted by the brutal system of capitalism. Our country is being ravaged by a predatory form of capitalism, which is socially, economically, and environmentally destructive. I didn't greet the leadership of our movement in the Swaziland. P.A.C, Umsati, P.A.C. Makakandwe, Umsati, Makakandwe. Long live internationalism, long live. The fight between big capital, the owners of the heights of the economy, and the new black capital, which uses the state to accumulate and enrich itself, has brought our economy on its knees. 3 decades of neoliberal rule, where the interest of the mass of the oppressed and exploited people have been sacrificed in favor of capital and the market, are the reason we see collapse almost everywhere. Mass unemployment, extreme levels of poverty, inequality have enveloped our country in a cycle of violence, corruption, and crime. Post-apartheid capitalism has been a spectacular and monumental failure. The working class, including the unemployed, the precarious, the dispossessed, the landless people, are being decimated as they are forced to live in filth with no access to clean water, sewerage running through the streets. I mean, sewerage running through the streets. Clinics without medicines and care. Schooling fit mostly for reproducing ignorance and a system of cheap labor. It is this situation, racism, sexism, and violence against women, xenophobia and homophobia, are progressively taking root in the consciousness of millions of South Africans, disorganizing our people, dividing and polarizing. The project of uniting Azania as a non-racial, non-sexist society is in ruins. The country must be rebuilt. An alternative to capitalism and the market system has become more urgent than any other time. We need a socialist renewal. The world is in grip of an historic and prolonged crisis. Wars, pandemic after another pandemic, climate change catastrophe izolo President Nyoto ndifonelwe ekhaya kuthiwa iifestile zophukile. All of a sudden there was massive wind from Cape Town right through the Eastern Cape and where we are today. In this province last year we lost over 500 people as a result of the rain bombs that visited this province and part of the Eastern Cape. The widening inequalities have forced migration and economic stagnation since 2008 are some of the mutually reinforcing features of this widespread malaise. Although a global phenomenon, the adverse effects of this crisis are experienced disproportionately by people in the global south, especially by women. That's the state of affairs, comrades. Nansi ngxaki yethu in SAFTU, in the P.A.C, in AZAPO, in all other socialist-oriented formations in our country. We are seemingly not able to articulate today this crisis in the manner that is going to connect with the masses of the people. And those that are creating this crisis, which is deepening all the time, for some reason, are able to sway the masses now for 3 decades to continue supporting their own deepening levels of exploitation and oppression. This is a failure of the left movement in our country. We are unable to convince and to articulate to the masses in a coherent way an alternative to the crisis that we are facing. And there is another second problem. We have gone on to an ideological holiday, all of us. We are not in a coherent way stating to ourselves first and to the rest of the country, what is this that we believe in as socialists, as Pan-Africanists? We are unable to articulate that. At times we make a mistake that anybody who is anti-ANC is naturally a progressive. So anybody who have a grievance against the status quo will make a mistake to say that is an ally to us. When we come to the P.A.C of Sobukwe, we know what we follow. 2 things. S, socialism, and P, Pan-Africanism. I should have mentioned the I, internationalism. But our problem is what do we mean? Where is where we are articulating this alternative ideologically? That ideological vacuum is what is allowing all manner of kinds of opportunism, including sheer charlatans, to jump into the space because anybody can just call himself or herself a socialist. Even though we can say, this has nothing to do with socialism. So one of the things we had hoped in SAFTU will do, President, I've shared this thing with most of you is that we will convene with you a conference of the left here at home. So that we can feel that ideological vacuum as the left forces of our country and begin to articulate that on a daily basis, all of us uniformly, whether you are from the trade union movement, or you are from the other working class formations, or you are from the P.A.C, ASAP, or ATM, everybody who believes that this current system is not sustainable. And indeed, comrades, we can see this is not sustainable. Anybody who still doubt that, hold on, you need to have your mind read. This system is not sustainable. We may not win everybody today because we know even the peaches from the same tree do not get ripe on the same day. Others will get the message later. But the system we are confronted with of capitalism is not sustainable. But what do we mean by an alternative to it? What do we mean by socialism? And do that get understood by the masses? What do we mean that capitalism is not sustainable? What do we mean that xenophobia, sexism, racism is not sustainable and can never unite the people? That's the challenge I wanted to come and speak about, comrades. Thank you very much.